everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. The Jets come into today's matchup wanting to find a way to walk out of the stadium with win number 5 on the season. It's the Texans going up against the Jets.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the New York Jets. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. First and 10, Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
So what will they do? On the ground, through the air? Let's see. 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap for Watson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. First down, Watson trying to lay one up deep. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. Throwing again is Watson. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball out of the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Here we go. Let's round.
Out of the gun, Watson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. So a first-quarter sack, and remember, keep in mind, he had 2 sacks in last week's game.
And it's always intriguing to me to watch these great pass rushers because some of them, they need their teammates to scheme for them, maybe occupy people and make it a one-on-one matchup. Other guys, they just defeat everything in front of them. To get 2 sacks in a game, it's a little bit of both for you.
And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. And not great starting field position here for the offense.
Back there to that Philly. Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Gun. Back there to that Philly. Here we go. Over. Now let's go. Green, 39.
They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Back there to that Philly. Here we go. No. Check. Gun.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
Gun. Now let's go.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends.
No. Check.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And an update from our nation's capital in D.C. And the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Watson, off play action. Looking sideline, incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And defensively going with a dime set, 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Watson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it.
Let's go. Ohio.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. The catch made by Miller. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Come on, let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38. Ohio. Ohio. Let's round. Here we go.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And an update from our nation's capital in D.C. And the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And let's see 6 defensive backs out there. They're in the dime here on 3rd and goal.
Let's go. Ohio. Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38. Ohio.
Here's Watson operating from the gun. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack. And now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
And Frank's kick is good. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. The punter Kaiser now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. New York set to take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. And now here's a carry heading left. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. And here comes the Texans now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To throw on second is Watson. And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. So the screen pass goes backwards. That play seemed to have a potential disaster written all over it from the start.
I mean, wasn't that a tough spot on the field to make that call? You're inviting defensive linemen and linebackers to get pressure. So if one of them sniffs this out, you're definitely in danger, and this time it costs them 2 points. Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that is what you call a hit stick. Put down to the ground hard, right at the 45. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Maybe a little sign of life here offensively, Charles. They get their first down. They didn't have any in quarter number one.
And I think what we're seeing is great evidence of good scouting by both teams, right? Understanding what they like to do, their best plays, try and take those away early. So now we're seeing some adjustments, and they end up getting their first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle.
Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now.
He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Set! Leopard! Leopard! Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue 90!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And the return will stop right around the 25. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
They run again with Foreman. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, not a huge game there as we head towards the 2-minute warning. It'll be interesting to me to see what they decide to do after the timeout.
Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. The Texans on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Watson from the gun. He'll throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short gain down to about the 33. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now a handoff looking right. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The Jets on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8.
Here we go now. Leopard.
Now Mack. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2. So they had great field position, but a 3-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a 3-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now out comes Houston. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. So the offense has it 1st and 10. From the gun, Watson. On the right side, this is Miller. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. And an update from our nation's capital in D.C. And the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Now a first down throw, Watson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Watson trying to get his guys moving.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Steps away to his left. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And the back goes into motion. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He sets to fire deep. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. And an update from our nation's capital in D.C. And the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Fresh set of downs here. So the D-line's going to spread out.
Hurry up, here we go. Watch it now, Barney. Over. Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down.
Over. Set. Blue 90. Here we go. Blue 90.
Benjamin, the man in motion left. Now they try the right side here. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They're going to look to throw. Found his target. It's Anderson. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. 3-19. Over.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3 number
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And a short gain here down to the 22. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
After watching that play and result, I go back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator, Brandon, before the game and said, how are you going to move the ball running it against the #1 defense? He gave us no indication, didn't tip his hand at all, so we have to see how this unfolds as this game moves along.
The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet 1st down.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
They'll set up to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt able to use that strength and get him for a loss of 2. So the D gets the sack on 1st, and now it brings up 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
He'll look to throw. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a 1st down.
And an update from our nation's capital in D.C. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the 2nd half. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Marcus May with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And a give this time to the tailback. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
Back to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. On play action, they'll throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Here's Matt Bosher now, standing just about on his own goal line. Taken from just outside the 30. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. From the 50, it's Watson. That is incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Here we go.
Off of play action, it's Watson rolling to his right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. The Texans on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Come on, let's go. Ohio. Black round. Ohio.
To throw is Watson. Operating from the gun. Past the 20. Fuller brings it in over the middle. He got 29 yards that time.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a play fake here on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Watson hands this to Foreman, and he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year, and the Texans will extend their lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. The punter Kaiser now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. In motion, Safarian Jenkins. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, and it's third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Jets on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7.
Green 39. Green. Over.
They'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Hard throw, incomplete.
You know, every time we talk with people about the most important quality for a quarterback to have in the NFL, what do they usually cite?
Arm strength.
Yeah, and that's really way down on the list. Accuracy is one of the bigger ones, maybe the foremost one. That's what he needed on that play.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Blue 90. Watch it now, Barney.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 49. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. After the interception, here's Watson. He's going to go for a big play down, and that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. And now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. And on 2nd and 10 now.
Let's go!
Throwing again is Watson. Room here to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays when the legs go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. From the 4-yard line, it's 1st and goal now. Again, it's Foreman. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Second and goal from the 2-yard line. A carry for Foreman, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Frank's kick is good. And that stretches this lead to 20-8. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give them some breathing room and lets them build up a little cushion.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And New York set to take the field. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
All right, here we go.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, you know, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great...
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. The Jets on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. looking to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 26, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Foreman. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Texans on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. A shotgun snap for Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Leonard Williams in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. So out now come the Jets. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something
Heads up.
to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
So the D-line's going to spread out. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. 4th down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now a toss play. This is Foreman. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Texans, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. So that's a wrap for Charles.